What's going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So I did get in my Resident Evil Village poster. This is the one I decided to go with. I like this one the most. Obviously has Lady D with her 3 children, and then all the other major, like, lords in the village. The main bad bosses you fight. Plus you got the werewolf right there, and like the main werewolf. Of course, your wife, Ethan. Very cool poster. I like it. I searched for a lot of different Resident Evil posters, but this one definitely stood out as the best. I didn't want just Lady D. I do like her and her whole chapter a lot, but I love all the other lords within the game. They're all super cool. Especially the scene at the beginning when you're like dragged into her castle and all the lords are there. It is just so cool, especially in VR. Like, holy crap. So, we're going to do another re-review for you guys. Today, we're going to do PCS Mileena 1/3 scale. So, let's talk about this statue. I saw this in person when I went to Monster Palooza. No, wait. Mark that, not Monster Palooza. It was Comic-Con in... Where was that? Jupiter. It was a California Comic-Con, sort of like by Disneyland. So I was visiting a collector's house. God, this guy. Oh my gosh, this dude. His name is Alfie Bolanos out of California. He had like a trailer park house, but like, so like a, what I would consider a poverty house, but then tons of statues, like crazy amount. Back then, he had way more statues than I owned back then. And the guy was kind of a douche in person. And the moment I left, he started, trash talking me online. Lo and behold, about a year ago, he ended up becoming a scammer and scammed a bunch of people. So, yeah, F you, Alfie. Anyways, back to Mileena. I saw this in person. It was actually WonderCon is what it was called, not Comic-Con. WonderCon over in California. They had her on display. I believe possibly the Scorpion bust and maybe even Goro. I swear it was like 3 PCS statues. I remember Rambo was there. He was really cool. But Mileena, I never actually originally pre-ordered her. I liked her, of course, because I love MKX, and I like Mileena. At the time, I had only kind of planned to do, like, Goro, Scorpion, Sub-Zero. Of course, I went all in, as you guys see, outside of the new reissued Mileena, which I think this one is way better than the newer Mileena, which is literally a copycat of the Jade with Mileena's size, obviously the pink color, and then they changed the green acid to like a pink acid, I think, for her, which I thought was extremely stupid. I'm like, you could even develop a new base, and they still charged a ton, like $1,100. She has a 300 ES, comes with 2 portraits, 2 sets of size. I do alternate the portraits, as I do like both. This one obviously is way more creepy looking, but the mask one is very beautiful. And then I've only displayed the bloody size. When it comes to MK, I'm going to do blood only if there's the option. I will never display a non-bloody option. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like Katana, I've never displayed her non-bloody fans. And I got the bloody version for Shao Kahn's hammer. There was a bloody version of Kintaro, but I just didn't like it. I didn't like the way they did that one. So I did not do the bloody version on him. But Mileena, we do the bloody slice. And I do believe these are metal. I don't want to touch it because PCS typically does like weak magnets, and I just don't want them falling out if I was to touch them. I'd have to remove it. Although if I remember correctly, the magnet is actually right there. Or right there. Possibly actually right there. So, yeah. Nevertheless, the size do look good. However, this pose, I wish it was a different pose. It's the exact same pose as Katana, which I don't like. I wish they were different. And this just makes it extra wide and hard to display. I would have preferred a different pose. Mileena had multiple poses. They should have did that. Instead, they recasted literally the exact same body and changed the costume. It was a way of PCS doing another character being cheap, and I hate when they do that. They did it many, many times over the years, and I am not a fan at all. So, but let's analyze her. So, in person, I was very impressed, and I decided to buy her after I saw her in person. The base, it's like a... Now, I don't know if this is from a particular level or scene in Mortal Kombat, but I don't remember it. But in general, it kind of reminds me of, like, I guess Hell or something involved with Scorpion. Obviously, it's a lava base. It does light up. I haven't plugged it in for years, but everything lights up. It's a pretty cool light up feature, but not lit up, it actually looks really good. I like this lava effect a lot. I think that looks better than Scorpion see-through, whatever the heck you would call that as well, like a lava or fire. I think hers looks better. Hers looks more like lava in my opinion. His also does light up, but I think Mileena looks better than this. However, this part, the under base of the main part, I prefer in Scorpion versus Mileena. I do like this, but I don't know if it's... Let me see. You know what? When I think about it, I think that may try to be Shao Kahn's helmet. Because I just noticed, look at Mileena's belt. That kind of looks like Shao Kahn, right? With the horns, the teeth. Because she is Shao Kahn's daughter, in essence. This is kind of like it. It's just missing the horns, and that's why it's thrown me off. It needs the horns to really showcase Shao Kahn. But, yeah, I guess that's what this is. I wish it had the horns, because then it would really look like Shao Kahn's helmet. Nevertheless, it still looks cool. The base, I do like in general. I think it's a great-looking base. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. Coming up to Mileena herself, she does have a few mixed media parts. You got this, which is like a very thin leather. This is like a plastic chain. And I believe that is it. Everything else is fully sculpted. She does have some nice textures on her pants. Not extreme textures like a Prime 1, but it does have these textures almost like it's a leather, I would say. She's probably, like, this is a leather outfit. There's zero skin texture, which is something that PCS really should start doing. Even like their blade statue did not have texturing, where Prime 1 will do it on their little quarter scales. Like, these are more detailed than the 1/3 PCSs. So they definitely need to do that for skin. To me, the skin is like an old Sideshow premium format. The costume looks really good. It's the skin that needs work. Absolutely love her titties. I think they're awesome. They're big and beautiful and great cleavage. So, yeah. And then from behind, let's see if we can... It's kind of hard to see. Check out my original review, but she has a great butt. Like, absolutely fantastic. Again, this also kind of looks like leather, this little vest she was wearing. In MK9 and MKX, they made the women extremely sexy, massive bouncy boobies, just like perfect bodies. When it came to MK11 and MK1, they really desexualized Mortal Kombat, which frankly for me, I hated that because I liked the sexuality of it. I thought it was awesome. So I definitely disliked that. They made Katana and Mileena infinitely more ugly in the newer games. So I don't know why, but she was fantastic in MKX. She looked really good. MKX, MK9 was her best look. I think in general for the girls, those were the two best games for the girls. They looked the best. I do like this costume quite a bit. I think it looks really cool and unique. So it's a great looking costume. She has... Yeah, again, this looks like it would be sculpted leather is how I would put that. Now, coming to the portrait, her eyes are kind of like... What do those remind me of? Almost like some sort of demon from Supernatural. They look cool. The teeth look good. I like the way they did the whole red on the mouth, like especially like right there. Yeah, she has a crazy looking face in MKX, just teeth everywhere, much different. I used to own the Mileena Classic version. That one, they back in the old MK games, they just did tons of jagged teeth. This one, there's different sizes, and it goes all the way up the mouth. So definitely very creepy looking. The hair is kind of globbed together. It's outdated hair in my opinion. I don't like the way PCS does their hair. It's always globbed together, and in my opinion, not that good. When you look at like Jill Valentine, for example, you see all the individual strands and how detailed that looks. Like Jill is like a gold standard for me. Like she is absolutely insanely good. Like she is far more detailed in my opinion than Mileena. Now Mileena has great textures. She's sexy. The base is cool. She is outdated for normal standards, but PCS, they are more of a budget friendly, you know, think of them as like 3 to 4 years old type quality, because they're still definitely not up to date with anything else. Even their silicone stuff I don't think is that impressive. Nevertheless, I do like this Mileena statue. I think it's great. I bought her for $700, which that's extremely cheap. I mean, $700, Jill is $1,250 or $1,300. So obviously Jill should be superior. So for $700, I think that's a steal. Now, I don't think you could find her nowadays for $700. She is more rare. I pretty much never see her go up for pre-order or like up for sale. Most MK statues, if they're going to go up for sale, it's usually Scorpion and Sub-Zero or Reptile. Sometimes Goro. But the girls are very rare, at least these three. Katana I bought off eBay, I think for like $750. Jade, obviously, I bought her just off Sideshow for retail of $11.50. But Mileena was the cheapest. $700's a steal for her. I think she's absolutely worth it. I'd probably put her value at about $900 to $1,000, considering, you know, low ES. There is the other Jade that cost $11.50, and this one is better in my opinion, better costume. But that one doesn't even have a swap out portrait with the unmasked, which is absolutely mind-boggling that PCS would give Jade and Katana unmasked, but not Mileena, who has the coolest face. So that's just wild to me. But yeah, I would say I would put her valued at about $900 to $1,000. That's what I'd put her. Overall statue rating, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. Outdated skin texture. I still wish PCS would do better on their eyes, and their hair needs to be finer. But the outfit itself, perfectly acceptable for today's standards. It's just the skin tone, the eyes, and the hair that need to be upgraded. And in general, I probably would have did a different base for her. Like, I do like the base, but it just doesn't scream like MK, like Mileena theme as much as all the other characters do. Like Jade, that's not really like a Jade theme, but it's definitely like an MK level theme. Sub-Zero, it obviously has his emblem and the snow theme. That's, I believe it's Edenia. But that definitely resembles Katana. Reptile has that like reptilian eye and the whatever the heck that is, acid pool. Scorpion's great. Mileena, I guess it could be an MK level. I'm just not 100% sure. It is cool. It's not horrible, but it's just not as good theme-wise. I would probably do something else. Anyways, folks, let me know what you guys think of Mileena. Still a great statue, and I still really enjoy her. And I've been displaying her next to Goro always, simply because they're both MKX. So I'm always going to display them together. Anyways, folks, hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one. Have a great day.